But City will be looking to reach the first ever Champions League final when they take on Pochettino's PSG in the semi-final of the Champions League. Will this be the start of a new era of dominance in Europe for the two clubs? For more on this, we're joined sports broadcaster Shaban again. Shaban, what we got in the Times?
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, it's an interesting piece actually by Matt Dickinson in the Times today, showing really great pictures of Phil Foden and Kylian Mbappe, kind of a face-off against each other and some incredible stats between them. Matt Dickinson saying there have been 14 European Cups won by 4 clubs who will contest the Champions League semi-finals, and Real Madrid have 13 of them. Old money has stockpiled its trophies and will not give way readily, but at a glance at Real's rivals left in Europe's Premier Club competition is the most striking illustrations yet of the strength of oil interests in the global game. The certainty that one of Manchester City or PSG will be in the final in Istanbul on May 29. One perhaps for the first time, the other only for the second, and both chasing a first triumph. It represents more of a tantalising contest that really, it feels that these days it's not so much about Real and Barca, it's PSG and Manchester City. How important is that in football now?
I wouldn't write off Real Madrid for a start.
Of course.
Barcelona is a great football club as well, but you just have to look at Real Madrid's track record, the history in the big one. The Champions League's fabulous. They'll always find money, no doubt about it. But you're right, with City's money behind them and Paris, they've got to have a big chance.
He does go on to talk about the money as well. He said City have devoted about 850 million in transfer fees to Guardiola's ambition, a net spend of about 556, and according to transfermarket.com, PSG have spent about 678 million. So the money is just pumped in and the results are coming, aren't they?
But do you think there'll ever be a Super League?
I hope not.
I hope not as well. No. But it's money talks so well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it could well be.
In 5 years, maybe.
Right.
Super League, when you got all the big hitters all playing each other,
It'd be amazing.
You'll be playing around the world probably.
Yeah, it would be amazing. But what happens to Rangers and Celtic?
They can play too. They're amazing.
Yeah, if they. But do they get into it? Do Ajax get into it?
Only Rangers get into it, don't they?
What? And you've got
two Celtic fans.
But what about the Ajax?
Still unbeaten Rangers.
Oh, right, shut up.
Look at it, PSG and Manchester City. Though,
one win for Arsenal. No, honestly.
Well, I'm not talking about Arsenal. I'm talking about Rangers.
No, you get lippy. One win and you get lippy.
Phil Foden, by the way, let's talk about him as well. He's in a lot of the papers this morning for several reasons. One lovely reason I'll get to in just a second.
He reckons he's going to Rangers.
What? Phil Foden?
He's going to Arsenal. Foden came of age. That's in the Daily Mail today. Pep's patience pays off in spectacular fashion, focusing on that moment, that goal just the other night when he ran into Pep's arms.
He's a fair player, isn't he?
Yeah, unbelievable. Jack Gaughan saying Foden seems to score the biggest goal of Manchester City career every few weeks. Wednesday night's goal against Borussia Dortmund was the latest. It flew in and he ran, then he ran a bit more before reaching a bouncing Pep Guardiola on the touchline. He goes on to say it's easy to forget that only 5 months ago criticism was on the way of the way Pep was handling the academy talent. That was there at the time. The perception remained that Foden must leave on loan for the good of his career, and he said no, I want to stay, I'm going to work here, and it's just come good for him.
Exactly. Loads of people said he's got to leave, he's got to go, he's got to get experience, but
unless he gets more games and Pep's give him the games.
Yeah, well, he's getting the games, but he could have played in the Premier League last year and he didn't play enough.
So
but you were training every day.
We were comparing him to Gascoigne, to Gaza. Is he as good as Gaza now?
Gaza's such a great player. I mean, he's still got lots to learn, Foden, but the way he's developing, he could be even better than Gaza.
Forgive my ignorance, at 20 was Gaza up there the way Foden is for his age now?
Yeah, well, the way,
Gaza was an individual player. Great dribbling skills, wasn't he? And he was cocky. Give me the ball. But you look at Foden now. Look at his pace. Look at his stamina. Look, he heads them in. He fires them in. He's some player.
It's a different sort of way of life now, isn't it? As well. I mean, they're proper professionals now, and you've got Guardiola going to be coaching him, and he can only get better. So I think at this stage, he could be probably one of the best footballers in England.
And he's learning off great players.
Well, look at the likes of the team for Manchester City at the moment. There's some pictures of Kevin De Bruyne floating about in this article as well. Kevin De Bruyne has been absolutely sensational this season, and for Manchester City. We know he's signed another 4-year deal there. That was announced a couple of weeks ago. How crucial has he been to Manchester City?
Massive for
Do you
me.
think he could be a contender for the Ballon d'Or? This was a conversation.
If City go on and win it, why not? Because
Yeah.
for me, he's been City's main man.
Well, there you go. I mean, he's been outstanding.
I think they've had so many main men this year. I mean,
Gundogan's been
Bernardo
fabulous.
Silva's done his job. Gundogan, as you mentioned there, has been excellent, scoring goals
De
from
Bruyne
midfield.
for me. Look, David Silva was a great player,
remember,
but De Bruyne was still...
this is without a real striker for the season.
Yeah.
If you look at what they've achieved so far, they've got a chance for a quadruple without Aguero being in your side as well. And Jesus, you can have your arguments about, is he good enough to lead the line? He shows glimpses that he can be good, but on a regular basis, I mean, if they went out and got a big striker in the summer, you're thinking they're going to be unstoppable, surely.
Ray, that's the thing. Some of the reports in the papers today, in the Mail, it says that one Premier League club have lost interest in Haaland. Pep saying they're not going to sign strikers, they're not looking for strikers. Do you feel that they're making do without one because they just don't need one?
I find that remarkable.
No, I
because
think you've got to have a striker.
Because I think if Lewandowski was fit for Bayern would have gone through him.
Yeah,
I do.
Very much so.
And look at PSG, how have they got through? Mbappe.
I think they've got to be looking at a striker in we've got Trevor coming up at 8 o'clock. I'm sure he'd be saying, no, wait a minute. Man City will definitely buy a striker. If Aguero leaves, they've got to get a striker, surely.
Yeah,
surely.
And he is going, isn't he? So that is who they're going to be looking for. And just some nice news as well, actually, in the Sun today, been announced, not on social media actually, but Coochie Blue, Phil's second tot on the way. Phil Foden, age 20, becoming a dad for the
20?
second time. He's 20 years old and he's having a second baby.
Oh dear.
That's
He's
amazing.
a baby himself.
It's working. It's working.
Yeah, him and his childhood sweetheart Rebecca Cook have announced that they're having another little baby in January. So yeah, lovely news. Good for them.